Hello and welcome to this video tutorial on how to get started using the Compass Learning online curriculum. To log into Compass, type in the username, password, and school name assigned by your site administrator, then log in. This takes us to the dashboard, also known as the Launchpad. This is the home page designated by the home icon. The application we're using is Compass Odyssey. Listed below are the folders for each subject. We're going to launch into Language Arts. First, you'll notice the level indicator to the right of the screen. The level is currently set to 5. However, we can access a higher or lower grade level simply by selecting that button. Within the Language Arts folder are several subfolders, which can be regarded as, say, chapters in a book. We're going to select the first chapter on language skills. That brings us to the next subfolder, which is the lesson block. For example, in this lesson, we'll be learning about interjections, prepositions, and conjugations. You'll notice that each folder is listed at the top of the screen. So if we need to go back to the previous folder or go to the home page, simply clicking on that button will take us to the appropriate location. Clicking on the lesson block takes us to the lesson activity. Generally, there are 2 activities and a quiz per lesson, but that number can vary. Notice that a check mark appears in the upper right corner of the first activity block, indicating the activity has been completed and we can move on to the next activity. Select Start to begin the activity. By moving the cursor to the bottom of the screen, the pause, rewind, and fast forward controls appear. A transcript of the entire activity can be viewed or printed by clicking on the transcript icon. It's important to remember to always exit an activity by using the Exit Activity icon within the Compass program. If we exit using the browser, the activity or quiz record might be lost, and the activity will register as incomplete. Once we've completed the activities in the lesson block, we can take the quiz. When we've completed the lesson block, we can go back to Language Skills folder and move on to the next lesson. Or we can go back to our dashboard and select another subject. Okay, now we're back at the dashboard. There are some important features listed in the sidebar. In the student portfolio, we can view the activities completed for the current day, week, or month. We can choose to view only, print a copy of the report, or save to PDF file. There are also some sophisticated reporting features that we will be covering in another tutorial. You'll notice that every listing shows the type of activity, the subject, and its date and time stamped. If the activity is scored, it's listed here in this column. And by clicking on the score, you can view the results of the quiz or test. Under Status, if an activity is completed, it will appear as solid blue. If it's incomplete, it will appear as half white, half blue. The activity code is listed here. If the activity is marked as incomplete, you can copy and paste the activity number into the Activity Finder to resume that activity. If we look at the other sidebar features, Compass has a built-in, fully functional word processor, a gradebook, and a toolkit. We won't be covering those topics in this tutorial, but you're welcome to further explore those features independently. We also don't use the community or mail features in our program. By selecting the Help tab, you'll gain access to the student guide, which gets into more depth on some of the topics we've touched on in this video. There are also video tutorials on using Compass Learning with mobile devices and some tips and tricks in case you get stuck. Again, to log out of Compass, remember to use the Logout tab, not the browser, to exit. This will take you back to the login screen. Well, that's all for now. You're ready to take a test drive of Compass. Have fun exploring!